Welcome back to Big Bris TV, and on this episode, we're going to be talking about three very similar but yet very different 10 scale RC cars, so you're not going to want to miss this. So let's get right into it, the similarities. Well, at least two of these are officially licensed, cars. I'm not going to talk about the Subaru too much, but they're based on actual cars. This one, a BMW E30 M3. This one, a Subaru Impreza, and that one is also based on a Subaru Impreza, but we won't talk too much about that. Shh. But anyway, they're all all-wheel drive. They're all 10 scale. They're all cars. They're all radio controlled, but the similarities pretty much end there. They all have different power plants. And so that's what we're going to get into in this video. This one runs on a brush system. This one runs on a brushless system. This one runs on a Nitro system. And so I'm going to show you all three. I'm going to show you the advantages and disadvantages of running each one of these different power plants. And then we're going to decide which one is better. So you're not going to want to miss this. So buckle in. This one is based on a Red Cat Lightning EPX Drift chassis. The body's by HPI, and I did this build myself, hooked it up with the, the light kit and everything, painted it, tried to make it look scale. And then I added a fan onto this brush motor because now I have it running on 2S LiPo. I just came from running all of these, so let me unplug this. But yeah, this one's running on 2S LiPo. It does about 22 miles an hour. Out the box. And the other upgrade that I did to this is I have this aluminum anodized chassis on here, but other than that, it's pretty much stock. And this is the chassis from the Nitro version. As you can see, only very small modifications was done to the chassis in order to get everything else to fit, but obviously it was pretty much a full rebuild. And then I put the magnetic body mounts on here, and so because I have this set up as a drift car, I didn't need the body post. It doesn't do any jumping or hopefully not too much crashing. And so the magnetic mounts hold on pretty well. Yeah, you can pretty much drift to slide this thing, power slide it using all four wheels on some asphalt, concrete, whatever, smooth surfaces. And it's relegated to the road. This is not going to be an off-road car. So that's his limitation right there. The good thing about these, and this is true about all three of these, is that with just the change of the tire situation, you can take this from a road car to a semi-off-road car to a drift type car where you can do some serious parking lot sliding and getting this thing sideways. Super fun. And so that's added value. You get almost 3 cars in one. And so this one I paid $179 for more than 10 years ago, fully ready to run. And like I said, I made only a couple of additions to it. I'm really loving this. This was my first hobby grade RC car, and so so it's near and dear to my heart, and I'm hanging on to this thing. But to the downsides of it, okay, the brush motor comes with a sticker on it that says "Caution, hot motor," and so these motors get really hot. And so that's why I added the fan on it. Also, somehow this turned into a two-wheel drive vehicle just now. As you can see, when I'm spinning the two of these rear wheels, the fronts aren't turned. It's pretty easy to work on. So I figured out what's going on with the all-wheel drive on my brushed drift missile. See this grub screw down in here? That had come loose. And that prevented the front wheels from turning. But look, tighten that little grub screw and now we're back in effect. That's a powerful brushed motor. But $179 ready to run, can't be beat. And the part support for these things, you know, is awesome. You can find parts for this pretty much anywhere. The guys over at Tim Scale Garage took one of these and did like pretty much every upgrade possible to it, all anodized bits. It looked pretty trick, but you don't really even have to go that far. You can if you wanted to, but these are really good value. And like I said, the added value, if you change the wheels, you can go from a drift car to a road car to a semi-off-road car, just like that. Now on to this guy. This is the Kyosho Phaser Mark II. Subaru Impreza 2002 WRC car. These are aftermarket wheels that I put on them because the stock wheels that it came with, you can see I blew one out. That's the foam that's inside that's just peeking through there. This car is not really made to be run on asphalt, but it wants to drift. You're gonna be smoking tires out there. You can see here, I already smoked these. These tires were on the rear, and then I switched them over to the front. And after that session just now, you can see what's happening to these tires. I don't know why this pattern reminds me of Legos. This is a really nice platform, and I upgraded it to the Hobby Wing brushless system, and I added a fan. I added the Dumbo RC X6FG with a gyro because this thing is really squirrely, and I'm running it on 3S power. It wasn't designed to be run on 3S, but it was squirrely nonetheless. I think it went 28 miles an hour stock out of the box on the brush motor. And so this, although this came brushed, this is a good example of one of these 10 scale cars that'll be brushless. The problem with this one is it's designed to do sort of off-road, being that it's set up as a rally car. And so it has this suspension with a longer travel. And despite the fact that I put the whole sway bar kit on this thing really wants to roll because maybe the higher center of gravity and then the traction on the tires. So that's really a downfall to this, but off-road is great. You can really drift it and slide it off around on the pavement, and it's just a all-around awesome car. And the body, super scale to beat. I beat this body. They sent me a brand new body, which I have. And so the good people over at A Main Hobbies sent me a brand new body for me to abuse and destroy. No, I'm going to keep this one right. I've already added the body clip tethers to it and the light kit. And so this was a light set that I bought on Amazon for about $8. It has thicker gauge wires, and you get 4 white and 4 red LEDs. And so the factory light kit that I bought was about $11, $12 from A Main, and it only gives you 4 bulbs. So you would need 2 of those kits, whereas this kit for $8, they're all tied into this one power plug. And so all you need to do is just get it into the bulb holders. This one came with all the bulb holders, by the way. And then tape it down in the body, and you have yourself a light kit. The fact that you get a scale body on this with a brushed car, is it worth $100 more? I don't know. They're selling the body for around $100, so I'm guessing that's how they justify it. But like I said, with this one, you can buy this for $179 in the brush format, and then buy a licensed body for 30 or 40 bucks. Throw in a couple cans of paint, and you still are under the $270, retail of this car. And then if you're gonna upgrade, you know, that's plus 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 right there. And so downsides to this, she wants to flip and barrel roll. This is just so hard to control. So I don't know. If you're gonna keep it brushed and keep it to that 28 miles an hour, maybe not so much. But to really get the full fun out of this, you're gonna want to upgrade to brushless. And so I don't know. Pick your poison. All three of these, by the way, I've been operating with this Dumble RC radio, and I'm liking it so far. It's just that you have to change your trims when you switch to each car. But that's a small price to pay for this smaller remote transmitter. All three of these came with giant transmitters, so I'm really liking the size of this little thing. And finally, we got the Nitro car. The Subaru, as signified by the little exhaust pipe peeking out on the side and the fuel strewn about the side of the body. Yo, I gotta tell you, this thing is so much fun. I mean, I paid less than $200 for this, all in. And, well, not all in. You still have to supply your own fuel. You have to supply the starter kit, which includes the glow plug igniter, some tools. And, you know, that was only about 15 bucks. And so, but look at all the fuel sprayed. Gotta get this thing clean. But it's so much fun. I mean, took it out to the beach today for the first time to just really kind of open it up, and I ran into my first issues today. Today was a tuning day. Trying to get it out there in a wide open parking lot so I could get it tuned without, you know, annoying too many people. And so it's kind of fun. You know, I can see how this won't be for everybody. I like, you know, working on actual cars in real life. I've built cars. I used to buy them, upgrade them, use them for a little while, then sell them, and then, you know, keep flipping and doing stuff like that with actual real cars. And so this, you know, wasn't too much of a leap for me to work on a Nitro car. I mean, I haven't gotten into the clutch and the flywheel and all of those things, working on the head and whatnot, but I've already made some adjustments. And so now that I'm in the tuning stage, I'm learning as I go, you guys with me. So, but the upsides to this is gonna be the sound. That can be upside or downside depending on who you ask, but just the sound of it, the and then the fact that this thing is 2-speed when it shifts gears, oh man, it sends a chill up. The hairs on the back of my neck just stand up, you know, all the hairs on my arm just when it kicks into the second gear, oh man. And then to see the trail of smoke coming out when you got it running a little rich, that to me, that's a real car. And then, you know, I already busted a knuckle trying to pull start it. Somebody, people suggested that I get one of those roto starts or electric start. I'm gonna look into that, but I don't mind pulling it. It's just that I was so nervous trying to get this thing started on the first time. My hand kept hitting these sharp body pins as I'm pulling it out, and that's how I cut myself. So just gotta remember to stay clear of these, and I won't be bleeding. And the other thing is, you know, ambient temperature reliant. And so depending on the weather outside, that first day when I ran this in the previous video, it was around low 50 degrees out. And, you know, so it ran perfectly out the box, as far as I can tell. But today, you know, we're approaching 70 degrees and it's a little different. So it's running, it's behaving a little different. And then I'm thinking, I switched over the batteries in here. There are my rechargeable batteries, and I figured out what the problem was. Oil was spraying everywhere. And I took off the exhaust manifold, and the gasket is trash. So I just ordered a set of 5. That's why all that oil was there. I cleaned it up as best as I could, but you know, hey, this is what comes with owning and running a Nitro, right? So far, I'm really loving this, you know, and it's apparently very polarizing in the comments. You know, the people telling me they hate it. They had these 15 years haven't started them, stuff like that. But I think it's come a long way. I could be wrong, but I think Nitro has changed a little bit. It's gotten much easier and simpler to use, and things are much cheaper. Speaking of cheaper, like I said, I paid less than $200 for this one. So you got $179, you got $269, and then you got $199. And so I don't know, pick your poison. I'm happy to have all 3 of these bad boys, and so I can say when I went out today, if I had any one of these by themselves, my day would have been over real quick. This went to 2-wheel drive right away. This one, the tune went out of whack, and it wanted to just, the idle was crazy. It wanted to run away. And this one just kept doing barrel rolls and flipping over. I couldn't really get a good run on it, you know. What good is it if you can't just hit it wide open throttle? So let me know in the comments, if you could only choose one of these, which one would it be? One power plant, not the specific car that you see here. You can let me know that too. But if you could only choose one power plant, brushed, brushless, or Nitro, which one would it be and why? That sun is coming in strong. Hey, this is Big Bris, Big Bris TV. Don't forget to thumbs up, don't forget to share, and don't forget to subscribe, and there'll be more things coming. Everybody stay well, and I'll catch you on the next one.